All right, just checking in for our late afternoon update. So if you followed the stretching it video from just before shower time earlier this AM and the ride to work video, I just wanted to piggyback on my comments concerning the Neville Goddard video. I did put the link to the video in the ride to work video, which I think is manifestation day 15, and then it's off to work we go or something like that. I titled it, which is my generic title for when I'm riding or driving to work. But anyways, yeah. So Neville Goddard. I hope I didn't say Aaron Neville in the video. That's a singer. But yes, the gentleman from 1944. This particular recording, his name is Neville Goddard. Okay, so look in the description of that video from earlier today. And today is actually the 22nd of April 2024. I think I said the 21st in the earlier video. But anyhow, anyway, just piggybacking again on the earlier video. So I started to apply some of the things that I had heard from Neville Goddard's video. He was in this 1944 book that he had written, which he'll be going over, or someone will be narrating from his book on the if you follow that link, and so what again he was focusing on was the feelings that we have and how those feelings will basically be the impetus for action. All right, that's how you feel about something. Something makes you feel some sort of way or some type of way. You're going to act out in accordance to how you feel, right? If you're feeling afraid, you may run, you may hide, you may do all sorts of things that are generally done when you're afraid, okay, or when anyone's afraid. There's just certain things we do. We might get a chill. We might duck. We might, and people laugh, like, what are you ducking for? I was afraid. I thought something was going to, what I'm saying? So, again, the way you feel, it will cause some type of a physical or physiological reaction, okay? Which, that is very interesting, all right, when you think about it, because your feeling is the response to something, external to you more times than not. All right. But it's yet a feeling. All right. It's a feeling that you are experiencing, that you are having. And it doesn't have to necessarily be something, how should I put it? Tangible. It doesn't have to be something even physical. It could be something that is said that strikes fear in you and causes you to respond in a certain way. My point is that it may be something that is necessarily intangible that causes you to act out. The point is that just that something immaterial, something invisible can have that much effect on you that it can cause you to act in a very material, physical way. All right. So the invisible is materializing in you or through you. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? All right. So that's what feelings do. And I'm just using the negative feeling of fear as an example, but you could use any. If somebody makes you happy by a word that is spoken, just think about that for a moment. Because we're dealing with the issue of manifestation. Okay, manifesting the immaterial. All right, and bringing it into the material realm. And so, if someone can whisper something in your ear or say a kind word to you, right, or a flirtatious word even, and it causes you to feel something physically, right? And but I should say that invisible, immaterial word that was uttered, or the sound that was uttered, that had a real impact upon you. And then how do we know it impacted you? Because of what is demonstrated through your smile, or your laugh, or whatever. See, it was something immaterial, invisible, that affected you, and then it showed up, right, through your emotions, or energy in motion, through your facial expressions, your eyes and all that lighting up and all that kind of thing. So my point is simply that the invisible does materialize through us, okay, and in us. And so that is just a testimony to our abilities, because we both are affected, and we affect others. All right, likewise. And so again, Neville Goddard it's a great video. You got to hear it. I mean, it's very important. It's very eye-opening. It's simplistic, but it's just, sometimes we just don't think about these things, or think these things through, and we just go on through life, and life has less meaning when we operate in that way. So what we are really doing is bringing meaning to life, all right, and our journey of manifestation. That's really what we're doing. Every day we become more and more alive, okay, through life's influences and things that we experience. And so I hope that you will take the opportunity to follow that link for Neville Goddard's narration of his book. And lastly, and in closing, I use some of those techniques today, all right, because I'm one that likes to practice the application of things, not just knowledge, but the application of knowledge, I contend, is actual power. And so with that being said, I had several incidences, run-ins with a particular individual at work today. And, some people just like to get under other people's skin. You know what I mean? They just, their negativity, and, they just want to pick at the scab, and see you bleed, or see you say, ouch, or whatever. Some people are just built like that, and it is what it is. So, but, in this particular incident today, and this is not the only time it's been this way, but I just kept hearing and reverberating the Neville Goddard narrative or narration, that I have to guard my feelings. I have to be careful for my feelings. Where do people get the power to affect us, influence us, or to strip us of our peace? Right? The doorway is, or the opening and doorway is through how your feelings. You remember, you act upon your feelings. Okay? So if you allow someone's activities, words, actions, whatever, right, to breach, your protective mechanism, I'll just call it, yourself, your personality, your character, if you allow them to breach that, and it reaches and gets into your feelings, all right, and now you start to emote, or engage your emotions, you're going to act out in response, and a lot of times that's what they are looking for. All right, and so again, I wanted to put into practice that which I have learned, I've heard today, and I was able to do that, and I refused to let this individual get under my, per se, skin. Really think about that. We use that terminology. letting someone get under your skin. Could it be what we are really saying is we allowed someone to penetrate and breach our character and our personality so that we had no defense, and it got right to our emotions, right into our feelings, and now we had to respond. We had to react, because once we feel something, we're driven by our feelings, right? How somebody makes you feel, or how a situation makes you feel. Right away, it goes through those feeling, the feeling filter. And then you have to make a judgment as to how you're going to respond, and whether you're going to respond accordingly. How many times have we got ourselves into trouble by acting without thinking first, right? Because it just went right through. It got right through our personality and character. You find yourself saying, "Man, that wasn't even me." You can imagine people that have accidentally murdered somebody or killed somebody, right? And now that they're sitting in jail and they got time to think about it, they're like, "Man, I was having a great day. I just allowed one instant. I made one wrong choice and it cost me much time, my life perhaps, or whatever," right? Because they were out of pocket, we say, or they were out of character, because they allowed the situation or a person to penetrate and reach their feelings. All right? It got past their character and their personality, their normal, general way that they always acted, and it got somewhere that instantly required a reaction. All right? So, I don't know. I do know. Let me stop saying that. I really dislike saying that. So just think on these things as usual. I'm just putting something out there just to for you to contemplate. If it doesn't apply to you, then don't worry about it. But we all suffer the human condition. All right. So we when we know better, we're going to do better. All right. And so with that being said, I'm going to let you get off here. 12 minutes and 21 seconds. Not bad. I'm getting better. Not even reaching 15 minutes now. So just putting this out there for you to think about. Please like, subscribe, and share this with someone that you might know that might struggle with their temper. I've had that big time, struggling with my temper. So if you know somebody that is, maybe just put this out there for them to consider. All right. One decision in one moment can change your life forever. All right. With that being said, please check out the earlier video. I may drop the Neville Goddard link in this video as well. All right. Peace. We'll see you on the next upload.